Hi guys, it's April and it's the middle of the month, so that means mid-month wrap-up time! It's like I do the same thing every month. And with that being said, I'm just gonna get right into what I've read and what I am currently reading because I don't have anything else to start this whole video off with. Thank you, cat. The first read I want to talk about is not this book, but is related to this series, and that is Ghost Hunt Volume 5. This is the continuation of the manga series that I started last month. It is a reread for me. I have it in e-version, and I absolutely adore it. It's one of those series that I just felt like I needed to go back to. It is a story of May who finds herself in this ghost hunting team, learning all the techno jargon and just interacting with all these supernatural ghost entity type things. I love it. Love it to death. I highly recommend it for anybody who really likes the supernatural paranormal kind of investigative thing. I just like it. The next two books are part of the Memoirs of Lady Trent series, and that is A Natural History of Dragons and A Tropic of Serpents by Marie Brennan. This is the history of Lady Trent and how she became enthralled with dragons and the research of dragons. This takes place in a very Victorian style England, but with dragons. And I love it. It reminds me a lot of the Soulless series by Gail Carriger, except for not as sassy, but more scientific. It just follows Lady Trent in her early years. She started her expeditions into studying dragons and how she became attached to them and how she made her way in this very male-driven world and all the little hoops she had to jump through to go and do that. Dragons are a fairly unknown entity when this series starts, and Lady Trent just goes on this journey to different lands, just discovering different things about different kinds of dragons. And just look at these covers. Yeah, these covers are amazing. There are 3 more in this series, and I'm highly anticipating reading the rest of them. Just love them. Love them to death. I then picked up Trickster's Choice by Tamora Pierce. This is the story of young Allie who finds herself enslaved and carted off to a totally different land, embroiled into a trickster god's schemes. At this point, Allie is just trying to survive, trying to get through the task that the trickster has set for her so that she can return home. I won't say much more than that because just telling you some of the backstory could spoil some of the other Tortall series. This is part of my Tortall read-along. Now, while I enjoy Allie as a character, I don't connect to her as much as I do some of the other Tortall characters. There's just something about Allie. She has this confidence, she has this cockiness that I've just never really truly been able to understand. But for people who love the spy life, this is the series for them. I know a lot of people who truly enjoy this duology. Now, I like it, but it's not one of my favorites in this universe. And the last book I finished these last 2 weeks is Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. This is the story of Simon, who get beta test this new virtual reality world called Otherworld that is put out by the company, but in the process he learns that one of his best friends might be in trouble. This starts off this whole journey into saving his best friend, learning some things about the Otherworld and this whole company, and things just might not be what they seem. Now, this is book 1 in a series. I'm not sure I'm going to be continuing on with the series. I love virtual reality books. I didn't really enjoy the relationship in this book. There was just something missing in it for me. I didn't really get the connection. It didn't feel right for whatever reason, and maybe that's just because there wasn't a lot of build. It was just kind of assumed that this relationship was a thing and you were just supposed to feel it. There was a lot of cheese factor in this book as well, and maybe it's just because at this point I've oversaturated myself with virtual reality books. I wasn't overly impressed with the story arc. It was pretty standard. I could tell you what was going on from the very beginning. It is things. And then there was just a lot of undeveloped characters that I wanted to see more from. So yeah, I liked it, but I don't know if I feel the pull to actually hear the rest of the story. And with that being said, I have several books that are on my currently reading pile. The first one is still Child of the Prophecy by Juliette Merlier. I haven't picked this one up since the last time I filmed the wrap-up, 2 weeks ago. I have a feeling this one's just gonna kind of sit and mock me for a little while because I'm getting interested in other things, and at this point I have 3 different buddy reads that I am doing right now because I am ridiculously crazy. And the first one is Sorceress Rising by Jude Fisher. This is a book that has been sitting on my shelf for ages, And I'm hoping that this buddy read actually gets me to read this book. So this book is going to be happening. I have no idea what this book is about. Like I said, I've had this book on my shelf for ages, but I've never been pulled to pick it up and read it. So I'm hoping this buddy read just, yes. Please and thank you. The next book is Sibyl's Secret by Juliette Marillier. Yes, I have decided to put down Child of the Prophecy by her to pick up this book instead. This is book 2 in the Wildwood series, right? I'm actually about a third of the way through it right now, and yep, there are words. Lots of words. And last but not least, I am reading Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I am about maybe 15 or so, 20% of the way through this book so far. I don't know how I feel about it. I know that it's causing me some anxiety, but that might be a good thing. Come back for more thoughts later. So those are the books that I have read and I am currently reading. Tell me down below what your favorite font is, because that's just what I want to know today. You can also tell me what you're currently reading and what you have read. That might make more sense, but if you just want to tell me what your favorite font is,